Chaotically Nerdy is a podcast made by nerds for nerds. This podcast is made by adults, for adults, and children with bad parents. Adult language will be used and adult situations may arise. Listener discretion is advised.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Chaotically Nerdy. As always, I shouldn't say as always, because there'll probably be an episode where some of us won't actually be on here. But today's episode has me as one of your hosts, Tyler. We also have my host to the left that you can't see because we're not a video podcast, but he's to my left.
Jarrett.
And then to my right,
Ethan.
love that voice.
I am Ethan.
I am Groot.
I didn't know you liked my voice so much, to be honest. Before this, I didn't know.
Okay, I didn't know that I liked it either until it was in my ears.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, we got...
Question. Where do voices normally go to you?
No. Okay. But, listen, we got the high quality microphones. I got high quality headphones. Everything about this is much higher quality than what we have over Discord.
Oh, true.
So I've heard you talk.
Fair.
It sounds better through this.
Oh, yeah. I should get one of these so that, you know.
I mean, you could.
Yeah.
But I still think it would not sound as good just due to connectivity.
Oh, fair.
Like right here, we're connected. We're in it.
I feel like we have a connection.
We do, but. All right. So now that the chaotic part's over for at least a minute and a half.
That tangent aside.
Yeah. We are going to talk about clerics today. We're not going to talk about every single subclass. We're going to kind of just talk about the ones that we think are the best. The other ones are a little lackluster. We feel like we can leave them out. If you guys want an episode where we break down those, talk to us on Discord and tell us you want that, and we can work that out.
Yeah.
And we will mention them, kind of say what they're about, but not break them down fully is what we do the other classes.
There's a lot of subclasses here. So
there's 14.
14.
And that's on top of all the regular class features you get.
There's actually not that many class features.
There's,
There's like 4.
It's pretty short on the class stuff.
Oh, didn't know that.
Yeah, they don't get anything for actual class features.
Gotcha. Well, let's hop right into it. And Jarrett, take us into the features. Obviously, we're still not talking about the table because you can find the table online. We're going to talk about the spells at a later point.
What is a cleric, Jarrett?
In most campaigns, they're going to be portrayed as like your priests, holy men. I guess technically they could be some other type of holy man, but
or unholy.
Unholy, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some unholy options for the subclasses.
Yeah.
Or domains.
Yeah. But they're your healers. They're not really that...
Healers. Who does that?
Yeah, don't feel pigeonholed by that, I guess. I use heal with like a lowercase h.
Yeah. I mean, like, they definitely...
It's italicized, so that you know that
you can't see it, but I use heal in air quotes.
They can cover a lot of bases.
Yeah, they're very versatile.
One class.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, you could have a party of just clerics and be viable.
Man, I don't want to DM that.
Yeah,
they would never die.
Yeah.
I'd find a way.
Challenge accepted. Anyway, you get a D8 for your hit die. You have proficiency in light, medium armor, shields, simple weapons. You have proficiency in wisdom and charisma saving throws. You choose 2 skills from history, insight, medicine, persuasion, religion. You have all your equipment shit.
Yeah, we don't have to talk about that because that's pretty generic for a lot of classes.
Yeah. Spellcasting, the only thing really of note that we're going to mention here is that they are prepared casters, which means every long rest you can completely revamp your spell list except for your cantrips.
It's very important. It doesn't sound that exciting, but
you know every single cleric spell,
yes,
and you get to choose based off of
your level and your
wisdom
modifier.
It makes you so much more versatile.
Because say you're going into something where you're going to fight frost giants. I don't even know if they're weak to fire, but
They aren't.
Well, my brain went frost, fire. That's what you need.
This ain't Pokemon, bitch.
Elementals.
It works.
Something that's actually weak to something you can actually.
Exactly.
Fire elemental. You're
That
like,
you can
"I
choose
make
a
water."
spell that is weak against.
Right.
Anyway, that's the only thing that of note there. Oh, they have you when you pick your domain. You have 10 domain spells that are always prepared. You don't have to waste a slot or one of your prepared slots to choose that. It's always on for you.
It's also interesting because they choose their domain at second level.
Yeah.
In a lot of classes, you don't
It's
choose
either-
your
yeah.
path until third.
Domain spells are fantastic.
They are. They're usually very good spells as well.
It's free real estate.
Yeah.
Wait, don't you choose it at first level?
No. Unless I was wrong.
Yeah, you choose it at first level.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
first
you get.
level.
I
yeah.
was looking at the channel divinity
Yeah.
and thought it was second. Okay, so it's actually even better than what I thought.
I was like,
You get it at first level.
I was like, wait, that's the whole point of.
Guess I'll go fuck myself.
Yep. Get fucking owned. At second level, you get Channel Divinity, which is your class resource that you can use, your class-specific resource.
It's very limited though.
The base one is.
Yes.
Because it's all it is Turn Undead,
Yes.
which upgrades at 5th to Destroy Undead.
But
I
it's
think.
limited because of the number of uses that you get and
Yes.
how
Yes.
often you get them back.
It's 2 per long rest, right?
Nope, 3 at 18th.
Yes.
But it regenerates on a short rest.
So short rest?
Yes.
Yeah, but still, it still can be kind of, you have to save it for the right moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. It can be kind of hard to do that. And then when you're missing it, you're like, oh. Yeah. So you have to be careful with that one.
Yeah.
And Turn Undead, which is the base Channel Divinity every cleric gets, just lets you basically make any undead that isn't immune to being turned frightened of you, and they run away. And also at 5th level, depending on the CR, as you level up, it destroys them automatically if they fail their save.
Which is where it becomes a much more beneficial.
It's
It's
beneficial
really
for like
useful.
your mob level undead, like skeletons.
like if you're
zombies.
fighting a horde of zombies.
Especially at higher levels, and you walk in, you're going to kill the Lich, but he has a whole bunch of minions, and you just nuke them all.
Go fuck yourself.
Yeah. It's fantastic.
Then you get your normal ability score improvements at 4, 8, 12, 16, and 19th. Guys, as I mentioned, at 5th level, your Turn Undead becomes Destroy Undead, depending on the CR. 1/2 at 5th, 1 at 8th, 2 at 11th, 3 at 14th, and 4 at 16th or 17th level. So as long as they're under that CR threshold and they fail their save, they are automatically destroyed. And then at 10th level, you get probably the most broken ability if you actually
And open-ended.
and open-ended.
Yeah.
If it works. At 10th level, you get Divine Intervention, which basically lets you ask your god for anything.
It's very open.
Depending on your DM, they may not do it, or
It's
not
kinda
do
like-
it may be monkey's paw kind of style.
It's kind of like
Yeah.
it's like the genie from Aladdin. Kind of takes it and
You could
puts
do
their
that.
own little
It
spin on
depends on who their god is.
Yeah.
You get so much flavor out of this class, and this in particular, you can get a lot of flavor out of for your
Depending on your
character
god.
and story, depending on your god. So you might get something like that's kind of monkey's paw. You might get something that's twisted, but you also might get something that's not quite exactly what you wanted, but
It's still beneficial.
it's still beneficial.
yeah.
yeah.
Like if you say, hey God, can you kill the Lich? Like, no.
Most DMs will say no.
Yeah.
They'll kind of,
Here
They'll
is
flavor it around.
here is an item, or here is there is this person.
well, here,
Here's this quest now to find the way to kill
Or-
okay.
it.
So to relate this back to
You're
Critical
in the
Role,
middle of a fight when you do it. Here's a lightning bolt that just does.
the first
some
time I ever
damage.
seen Divine Intervention work was in Critical Role, and Mercer just basically had to do like a super powerful spiritual weapon, like I think it was like 68 or 88 radiant damage,
Nice.
like automatically. It's just like a really powerful, game changing ability, but not like the thing they were fighting automatically dead.
Yeah.
At 17th level, 20th level, I'm sorry. 20th level, I should back up. Hang on.
I was going to say,
you
we're
have to
gonna
roll your percentile die based on your level. So 10, if you roll 10 or under, and then as you level up, it goes up to
11, 12, 13, etc.
But if you succeed on the roll, you can't use it for 7 days. At 20th level, you don't have to roll anymore. It's automatic.
And that's where
20th level clerics are
really
strong.
And a lot of that depends on how much your DM will allow. Like,
Yeah,
kind of like Ethan was saying,
Yep.
if you're saying, oh, well, I want to kill the lich, some DMs would be like, okay, here's a smite. And it just hits them for some damage to help in the fight.
Yeah.
Or spiritual weapon. Or they'd be like, no, here's a quest. You know, here's this guy. They'll teach you how to do such and such.
Or like in your campaign, if we had a cleric that was going to use that, which we don't have a cleric, but if we had a cleric that was going to use that, you might send exarchs, heralds, to come down and help you fight during that fight, or for so many rounds, however you want to put it.
Yeah.
Something like that could happen. There's a whole large variety of things that the DM could use to make this cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're still handcuffed by the 7-day grace period, but still.
But it still succeeds, and then
Automatically succeeds. You know, every 7 days you have access to essentially super wish.
Yeah, it is.
basically. All right, so let's get into the domains. First up is going to be we're going to mention them as we go down. So first up is Arcana. That's from the Sword Coast Adventurer's Guide. Ethan, give me an opinion on Arcana.
It's a cleric that can get some of the arcane spells. You can kind of pick and choose what you get out of it.
I think you actually have access to the entire wizard list?
Yes.
Or like a...
So you gain 2 cantrips of your choice from the wizard spell list. I'm looking to see if you...
I think you do. I might be wrong on that. Maybe you just get access to like some spells from it. I don't remember.
At 17th level, you choose 4 spells from the wizard spell list. One from, and there's 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th level spells.
Maybe it's lower level. I don't know.
And you add them to your domain spells so they're always prepared. That's good, but you have to get to 17th level to get it.
Yeah.
Right. It's not bad. It feels a little lackluster, but it is still pretty good.
If you like the little wizard in your cleric, why not?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Yeah.
It's not a bad class.
No.
It's just not...
Also, if it fits the story of the cleric, go for it. There's no class, there's no subclass, I mean, outside of ranger, that is just going to be just really boring to play if you are playing the character in role play. So just because we're skipping over most of it doesn't mean that it's not good.
It's less interesting than the others.
Less interesting.
The others seem to be more fun.
Yes.
So next up is Death. I'll talk about that because I played a Death Cleric. The way that I played mine was Kelemvor, right? That was the god.
Yeah, we were in Forgotten Realms.
I believe it was, we were in Forgotten Realms. I played True Neutral. He was an ASMR. And basically what's dead should stay dead was the idea behind it. They kind of give you a lot of spells to kill with, which is interesting, the way that I took it as what's dead should stay dead. But basically, I was against necromancy. That's their idea, is to be against it a little bit. I don't think they get anything. Well, they do get animate dead. Here I am just lying about everything. But
that was your flavor on it.
yeah, that was my spin on it. I cannot stop coughing today for some reason. Like, I almost coughed immediately directly into the mic. The reason we're kind of skipping over this one is Grave Cleric has come out, and it's just a better version. You get better things from it.
Yeah, your cleric would have actually been a grave cleric because it's actually more in line role playing wise.
But when we played it,
didn't exist.
Death was my option. Which it's in the Dungeon Master's Guide, so it came out same time as the Player's Handbook. Correct?
Well, a little bit after, but
not too far.
Yeah, a little bit.
It was the only books that we had. And then next up is the Forge domain, and that is one that we are actually going to talk about. It is from the... I just looked at it and...
Xanathar's.
Yeah, I completely forgot what it said. Jarrett, that's you, bud.
Hey. So So, like I said, you get these. You're a forged cleric. So, I see a lot of people usually role play this as like a dwarf of some sort. You're, you know, you make things. You're a maker.
A blacksmith.
A blacksmith. Although, yeah, you don't have to be a blacksmith.
I mean, it literally says blacksmith in the.
Yeah. I'm saying
I know. It's just the best way to describe it.
So for your forged domain spells, you get Identify and Searing Smite at first level. At third level, you get Heat Metal and Magic Weapon. At fifth level, you get Elemental Weapon, Protection from Energy. At seventh level, you get Fabricate and Wall of Fire. At ninth level, you get Ethan's favorite spell, Animate Objects and Creation.
And all of those
always prepared.
Always prepared, and they're not bad spells.
They're pretty good. If you're going to play
I feel like the 5th level spells, Elemental Weapon and Protection from Energy, are the lackluster ones. The other ones, pretty good.
Yeah, it's a passable spell list.
Yeah.
Bonus proficiencies. At first level, you get proficiency with heavy armor and smith's tools. This is important because you are supposed to be a tank, apparently, because you have heavy armor.
Well, as forge, it would make sense. Yeah.
You need to have
totally
proficiency
makes sense.
in the armors. Blessing of the Forge. At first level, you gain the ability to imbue magic into a weapon and armor. At the end of a long rest, you can touch one non-magical object that is a suit of armor or a simple or martial weapon. Until the end of your next long rest, or until you die, the object becomes a magical item, granting +1 bonus to AC, or if it's an armor, or +1 bonus to attack and damage rolls if it's a weapon. Once you use this feature, you can't use it again until it's a long rest. So
this is why people usually use dwarves, though, because they get proficiencies with two-handed axes.
Yeah, you get more melee
options with the dwarf.
Channel Divinity at second level. The Artisan's Blessing. You conduct an hour-long ritual that crafts a non-magical item that must include some metal. It's a simple or martial weapon, a suit of armor, 10 pieces of ammunition, a set of tools, or another metal object. The creation is completed at the end of the hour, coalescing into an unoccupied space of your choice on a surface within 5 feet of you. The thing you create can be something that is worth no more than 100 gold. As part of this ritual, you must lay out metal, which includes coins, with a value equal to the creation. The metal irretrievably coalesces and transforms into the creation at the end of the ritual, magically forming an even non-metal parts of the creation.
That makes your channel divinity, I feel like,
useful,
but at the same time,
monetize it.
You can monetize it, but it feels like a waste.
It is. It's not the greatest for channel divinity.
But it's longer lasting too. At the same time, it's permanent.
Yeah.
In our campaign, this would be useful because I have a bunch of fucking business people.
We make money. Okay,
they make money.
It depends on your campaign, I guess.
It is. It's very campaign specific.
Specific. You sure it's not campaign Atlantic?
It's actually campaign Arctic.
Why?
He said Pacific. What do you want from me? You said Pacific.
I know,
there was no S.
But I meant specific.
I know what you meant. I'm going off of what you said.
Soul of the Forge, starting at 6th level. Your mastery of this forge grants you special abilities. You gain resistance to fire damage. While wearing a heavy armor, you get a bonus +1 to AC.
Nice.
Yes.
That is nice. Anytime you
Simple,
get resistances.
Super fucking strong.
Chef's kiss.
At 8th level, you get Divine Strike. Once on each of your turns, when you hit a creature with a weapon attack, you can cause that target to deal an extra 1d8 fire damage. When you reach 14th level, the extra damage increases to 2d8.
That's something else we should mention.
Yeah.
Every domain gets Divine Strike. Right?
Or
potent spellcasting. Or potent cantrips.
Which basically just adds another... It's usually D8, but...
I think it does.
We can mention it as we go throughout.
I think it does add D8 to all your cantrip damage.
Yeah. So it just adds a little bit extra damage.
It's just
Since you don't get extra attack, is essentially the way that it works.
Saint of Forge and Fire. At 17th level, your blessed affinity with fire and metal becomes more powerful. You gain immunity to fire damage. While wearing heavy armor, you have resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage from non-magical attacks.
Resistance is half damage, by the way.
Yeah, half damage. Yeah.
It's nice.
Immunity is no damage.
Yes. That is very good.
Yeah. So
it's solid.
All in all, really strong.
Maybe making some changes for the one shot.
No Forge Clerics?
No,
Forge
no. We can have Forge Clerics. It just don't worry about it.
Oh, as your I forget. Yeah,
Yeah,
you can play a Forge Cleric.
it's a possibility.
It's really strong.
As we break down everything, I'll decide if I went with the right thing or not. All right, so next up is the Grave Domain. And it's me. If I could stop coughing, it would be great. I don't know why. I feel like I have something in the back of my throat.
This is
Don't even say it.
This is also from Xanathar's Guides to Everything.
Yeah, I didn't even say that one. So your Grave Domain spells. At first level, you get Bane and False Life. At third level, you get Gentle Repose and Ray of Enfeeblement. At fifth level, you get Revivify and Vampiric Touch. At seventh level, you get Blight and Death Ward. And at ninth level, you get Anti-Life Shell and Raise Dead.
Excellent spell list.
Yeah,
I mean, it's just
that-
really good.
Referring to our spell list or our conversation before this is a A+ spell list to me.
Oh,
Yeah,
Because you don't
there's
have to
not
waste
a
that time.
yeah, there's not a spell on there that I am against taking.
The
that makes-
worst one is probably Anti-Life Shell.
Yeah,
Yeah.
All other 9 of them are useful.
and even still, just to have it prepared, it's not like you're not losing anything by gaining it. So at first level, you get Circle of Mortality. You gain the ability to manipulate the line between life and death when you would normally roll one or more dice to restore hit points with a spell to a creature at 0 hit points. You instead use the highest number possible for each die. In addition, you learn the Spare the Dying cantrip, which doesn't count against the number of cleric cantrips you know. For you, it has a range of 30 feet, and you can cast it as a bonus action, which is just
Yeah, this first level ability is why Grave Cleric is, to me, is really, really, really strong.
Well, I mean, because the tropey thing for clerics to do is like cast healing word only when someone goes down.
Yeah,
because
it's actually-
it saves them from dying
it's
and
the
brings
most
them back up.
Optimal way to play.
yes.
Because you're not wasting your spell slots. And
because now
this just makes it that much better.
It's really
And
good.
it's no longer Spare the Dying's no longer a touch.
Yeah.
Because you have the 30-foot range. It's a bonus action. You can still hit somebody and then be like, nope, they're up.
Well, they're stabilized.
Stabilized. But
So it's really just in case you
that
run
keeps
out
them
of spell
from
slots.
having to roll the
If you
death
have
saves.
that's if you at lower levels, like if you have multiple people down, and you're like, I only have so many things I can do.
Yeah. Also, at first level, you get Eyes of the Grave. You gain the ability to occasionally sense the presence of the undead, whose existence is an insult to the natural cycle of life. As an action, you can open your awareness to magically detect undead. Until the end of your next turn, you know the location of any undead within 60 feet of you that isn't behind total cover and that isn't protected from divination magic. This sense doesn't tell you anything about the creature's capabilities or identities. You can use this feature a number of times equal to your wisdom modifier, and you regain it all whenever you finish a long rest. So that's good to just know how many and where they are.
Could be alarming too.
It
Like, oh,
could be. Like, holy fuck, there's like 60 of these. Your channel divinity, you get Path to the Grave. You can use it to mark another creature's life force for termination. As an action, you choose one creature you can see within 30 feet of you, cursing it until the end of your next turn. The next time you or an ally of yours hits the cursed creature with an attack, the creature has vulnerability to all of that attack's damage, and then the curse ends.
Super effective.
Yeah. I mean, that's the best way to explain it.
It's
Is
super effective.
it's just doubles
makes-
damage.
Doubles damage.
yeah, it makes the next attack super effective.
If you can plan this out with your party, like say a wizard
Or a barbarian
or a paladin.
Yeah, anything.
Yeah,
anything.
wizard or
anything that
paladin.
can really hit hard,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
a warlock, you know, something like that can really make it worthwhile. It's gonna destroy things.
Oh yeah.
Oh, so
Easy.
easy.
This is a
Yeah.
good channel of any. This is
Oh, it
a
is.
Yeah.
really good channel.
That's one that you would run out of,
Yeah, you're going to use this.
because especially like if it lines up to where if I'm a cleric and Ethan's a paladin and he goes right behind me, I'm using that every chance I get. I mean,
Oh, absolutely.
why wouldn't I?
Oh no, because I mean it's paladin. You're gonna dump the smites.
Yeah.
So
And then if somehow magically the wizard is behind the paladin, I'm definitely using it, because then if the paladin misses for whatever reason,
Yeah.
for shitty rolls basically, and the wizard hits, it's still a shit ton of, it can still be a shit ton of damage.
Yeah. Also, you get this like 4 or 5 times probably at first level.
Yeah.
Or not first level. Not I'm dumb. I'm looking at Ice the Grave.
Second level.
I was thinking of the next ability, which
Does Sentinel at
Yes.
Death's Door? So at 6th level, you gain the ability to impede Death's progress. As a reaction, when you or a creature you can see within 30 feet of you suffers a critical hit, you can turn that hit into a normal hit. Any effects triggered by a critical hit are canceled. You can use this feature a number of times equal to your wisdom modifier, and you regain it all whenever you finish a long rest.
DM's Bane.
It's, oh God, it's, yeah.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's damn true.
To just be like, nah, it's not a crit. Up to 5 times, more depending on what your DM gives you for magical items.
Sure,
Like
but
if you somehow,
I'm a terrible person. I'm thinking of ways to make this even worse with like Lucky and
oh yeah,
Halfling. Yeah. It could be really, really, really rough for the DM, but fantastic for the party.
Yeah, just no
Yeah.
fun. It's just your DM has no fun.
you have a divination wizard on top of that.
Oh my goodness. Why not just multi-class into it?
You could.
It's like
Yeah.
it's like what did I hear it called? Bill Murray build? Just fuck your shit.
And then at 8th level, you get potent spellcasting, which we talked about. So this adds your wisdom modifier to the damage you deal with any cantrip.
Yeah.
So I mean that's good. It's not as good as adding an extra
Well,
dice.
cantrips already scale.
Yeah,
up.
they do scale. So I mean,
That's why I'll add your wisdom.
yep. And then at 17th level, you get Keeper of Souls. You can seize a trace of vitality from a parting soul and use it to heal the living. When an enemy you can see dies within 60 feet of you, you or one creature of your choice that is within 60 feet of you regains hit points equal to the enemy's number of hit dice. You can use this feature only if you aren't incapacitated, and once you use it, you can't do so again until the start of your next turn.
I thought this was a reaction. It is not a reaction. Oh, this is stupid. Like powerful.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Well,
It is.
It is, but it's not like broken.
No.
It's just like you get like probably like 20.
I feel like it should be a reaction.
Probably should.
But
Equal to the number of enemies' hit dice, though.
Yeah, so-
I mean, that
Yeah, but that you think about it, it's only like
Yeah.
20 to 30 hit points probably.
it won't be that many.
Yeah.
But at the same time,
It's probably like a hit,
anytime it dies,
but
if
it's
you're
really good party sustain.
but it's a free hit.
Like if you're in the middle of a fight with like a bunch of kobolds and you're like level 17.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just
But you can
4,
only
4, 4, 4, 4, 3, 3, 3, however many they have.
well, you can only use it once though. So I mean, like if you once per your turn.
Right.
So
right.
like I go, you kill somebody, give you those hit
But-
points back. It can't go again. Like it can't happen
yeah,
again until
true.
it gets back to me.
True. But
So it's more likely that if you're fighting a bunch of lower level,
Yeah, it
you're
only
going to
takes-
kill multiple, and it's not going to be as beneficial.
Well, yeah,
That's
because
fair.
it only takes the one thing that died.
Yeah.
depends on how your DM's playing the kobolds.
Yeah.
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 All right. And then next up on our list is the knowledge domain, which is one that we are going to leave out. Ethan,
I did the last one.
did you?
Yeah, I did the last one. We skipped.
Okay, I'll go. It's even more less interesting than Arcana. It's
yeah.
literally worse arcane domain. It's just meh. It doesn't even get the
It's-
benefit of being access to wizard spells at high levels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
just not,
And that's-
it's just not more. It's not any more fun than anything else.
Yeah.
I guess certain people would pick this, and it's kind of it's not just terrible because it's a cleric.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest. The one I made was a knowledge cleric, but that was for simplicity.
It is simple.
It was easy to just pick out. Don't worry about it.
I was like, when did you make a knowledge?
You'll find out.
Okay.
And then next up is the life domain. It's your healers. It's like that's their main focus. Most people don't take very big, like
You don't go all the way.
yeah.
I think-
it's a multi-classing thing.
I think the only reason we're not covering this is because it's not that it's bad.
No, it's really good.
It's really good. It's just very vanilla healer
Yeah.
type flavor.
You're
It
very
is-
you're
it is-
typecasted.
Yeah.
Like,
it
you're-
is a cleric's cleric.
Yeah,
You are a healer.
You are a healer, and that is what you are going.
If you
to
want to
do.
be a heal bot, this is like the best
Oh
one.
yeah, this is
Yeah.
great for like if your DM wants to give you an NPC and it's just a heal bot. This is a great one to make because you can go farther because it's an NPC. You can go farther into it. It doesn't matter. A lot of people like to pair it with Druid,
Oh, it is
It's
really
really
good
good.
with Druid.
like
yeah.
a level of Life Cleric with the rest being Druid. And then next up is the Light Domain. Ethan, that one's you.
That one's me. So light domain, I'll just say right off the bat, it's like the damage dealer for spellcasting damage dealer of cleric. It is all fire stuff. So starting out, you've got your domain spells, the ones that are free, prepared,
Free
always
real estate.
prepared. Free real estate, yeah. So at first level, you get Burning Hands and Fairy Fire. Third level, you get Flaming Sphere and Scorching Ray. Fifth level, you get Daylight and Fireball. Seventh level, you get Guardian of Faith and Wall of Fire. And at ninth level, you get Flame Strike and Scrying.
Another A plus.
Oh yeah, it's great.
It's just home run after home run there.
If you like just blasting shit,
Oh, yeah.
And
It's just
straight fire damage.
Oh, it's wonderful. And Fireball. Fireball and Cleric. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, it's just good.
fireball.
All right. You do get a bonus cantrip as well at first level. You gain the light cantrip if you don't already know it.
It's never bad to get an extra cantrip.
No,
It's not a great
light can be
cantrip.
useful especially if you're playing a race that doesn't get dark vision.
Yes.
So
And you have
human
you have a DM that's particularly stringent about dark vision.
yes.
I feel like we've never had that.
It does not exist.
That has
for us.
never come into play.
The main thing at first level that you get is Warding Flare. You can interpose divine light between yourself and an attacking enemy. When you are attacked by a creature within 30 feet of you that you can see, you can use your reaction to impose disadvantage on the attack roll, causing light to flare before the attacker, before it hits or misses. An attacker that can't be blinded is immune to this feature. You can use this feature a number of times equal to your wisdom modifier. You regain all expended uses on a long rest. That's super good for protecting yourself, as clerics should do.
Because you are the most important party member.
Absolutely. Yeah, you don't need to heal anybody else, just yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah. Channel Divinity at
I
second
can't heal
level.
you if I'm dead.
You don't heal us anyway. You didn't pay me. Your Channel Divinity as a Light Domain Cleric, because all of them get their own Channel Divinity. Radiance of Dawn. You can use your Channel Divinity to harness sunlight, banishing darkness and dealing radiant damage to your foes. As an action, you present your holy symbol and any magical darkness within 30 feet of you is dispelled. Additionally, each hostile creature within 30 feet of you must make a Constitution saving throw. A creature takes radiant damage equal to 2d10 plus your cleric level on a failed saving throw and half as much on a successful one. A creature that has total cover from you is not affected.
Another good channel divinity.
It's really good. It's really good. 6th level, you get improved flare. You can use your warding flare feature when a creature that you can see within 30 feet of you attacks a creature other than you. So it's for the party as well now too, because at this point you want them around because they're your friends. That's when you start healing them.
Air quotes. Friends.
Air quotes, heal.
All right. At 8th level, you get potent spellcasting.
Revivify.
We mentioned potent spellcasting before. You get the wisdom modifier added to your cleric cantrips. Light does not cause damage.
No.
Corona-
Unfortunately.
At 17th level, you get Corona of Light. This is the capstone for Light Cleric. You can use your action to activate an aura of sunlight that lasts for 1 minute or until you dismiss it using another action. You emit bright light in a 60-foot radius and dim light within 30 feet beyond that. Your enemies in bright light have disadvantage on saving throws against any spell that deals fire or radiant damage, which is just perfect. It's just like
That
wonderful.
helps.
Yeah, bowling those fireballs at people becomes a lot better at that point.
Alrighty. And then, were we going to talk about nature or no?
No.
No,
Okay, I didn't write it down on my not talk about.
That's how irrelevant it is. If you're gonna play nature druid or nature cleric, play a druid.
I mean, yeah. That's really, I feel like all
It's
we
just
can
a
say
sad
about
druid who didn't make it at the druid college.
He's a dropout.
Yep.
Coming from the dropout.
it. There's literally a, there's literally a thing in here about druids. Like in the description
Yeah,
of
if you
it.
have to mention another class in your subclass, you don't count.
right.
Sorry.
So next up will be order. I think we're down to me and Jarrett, right?
I don't know.
We're up next. I feel like we're just going back and forth. It's me.
Ooh.
And order is in the Guildmaster's Guide to Ravnica.
Yes, and it got also reprinted somewhere else. And Tasha's called into everything.
Yeah. that's what
Okay,
it's-
so it was in Tasha's originally. Now
Nope.
it's
Other way.
Other way?
Ravnica in that.
that's
Yes,
weird.
because Tasha's reprinted it.
Oh, they just okay. They didn't change anything. They just
I don't think so.
if they changed it, it
Not that I'm
should
aware
have
of.
been updated on here.
Ravnica made it like a setting specific cleric domain.
Gotcha.
Tasha's
Kind of
opens it
like
up.
the Sword Coast,
Yes.
the barbarian with the dwarf.
This is all for like Adventures League stuff where you're like you can't have more than one book.
Well,
Gotcha.
the thing is like they took the stuff that fit within, say, Faerun, Forgotten Realms
Yeah.
in particular, and took it over and said, "Okay, we're gonna take that too,"
Gotcha.
because it was too good.
So
That's really good.
the order domain represents discipline as well as devotion to the laws that govern society. Just reading that makes me think of like your lawful good people. Like that's
So when I
people
think
that
of,
obey the laws.
when I think of order domain, what I think of is like a Modron. Like if we could play a Modron from Sigil, it'd be like
Well, that's true.
because that's the order or the planet order, right?
Originally, it would have been something like you could have done Helm or Tyr
Yeah.
in Forgotten Realms, but they don't have to be good. They could be neutral, like Modrons.
This one, like I just think of
Yeah.
like order is like
Order is not good.
Yeah.
Order
Or you-
is just the opposite of chaos.
Gotcha. So your domain spells at first level you get command and heroism. At third level you get hold person, zone of truth. At fifth you get mass healing word and slow. At seventh level you get compulsion and locate creature. At ninth level you get commune and dominate person.
It's pretty good.
I feel like it's kind of mid.
It's
mid
pretty
average,
good.
average to above average.
I don't know. If you want to make your DM mad, use slow as often
Slow
as you can.
is so good.
Yeah, it's really good. Dominate person can be really cool too if you get it on the right thing. Don't dominate the goblin,
Or do.
or do and make him your friend.
So your bonus proficiencies, you get proficiency with heavy armor. You also gain proficiency in the intimidation or persuasion, and you get to choose. At first level, you also get voice of authority. You can invoke the power of law to embolden an ally to attack. If you cast a spell with a spell slot of first level or higher and target an ally with the spell, that ally can use their reaction immediately after the spell to make one weapon attack against a creature of your choice that you can see. If the spell targets more than one ally, you choose the ally who can make the attack.
Just really good like action economy booster.
Yep.
Yeah, it's nice.
You go, hey Paladin, attack.
Healing word.
I mean,
Here's some health.
They used
Now
to have
hit
a whole
that.
class built around this whole idea, and it was
Warlord.
Battlemaster, Warlord, Battlemaster is the fighter thing, and it was really cool. I really liked it. I played it in 3rd edition. It was really fun, and I was really sad that they didn't have it. And I considered playing this again.
This is probably as close as it gets.
Yeah, it really is.
Gotcha. So at second level, your channel divinity, you get Order's Demand. You can use your channel divinity to exert an intimidating presence over others. As an action, you present your holy symbol, and each creature of your choice that can see or hear you within 30 feet of you must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or be charmed by you until the end of your next turn or until the charmed creature takes any damage. You can also use any of the charmed creatures to drop. You can also cause any of the charmed creatures to drop what they're holding when they fail the saving throw.
Just one word: shields.
Yeah. That would be good.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it doesn't look like it's any. No, it's each creature of your choice. Okay. I'm always particular about that because there's a lot of spells and stuff
That
and
don't let you
abilities that don't let you choose, and it just says anybody
Yeah.
in that, and it can backfire. And people don't always pay attention to it. At 6th level, you get Embodiment of the Law. You have become remarkably adept at channeling magical energy to compel others. If you cast a spell of the enchantment school using a spell slot of 1st level or higher, you can change the spell's casting time to 1 bonus action for this casting, provided the spell's casting time is normally 1 action. You can use this feature a number of times equal to your wisdom modifier, and you regain all expended uses when you finish a long rest. That's really good because it would allow you to cast 2 of those spells, essentially.
Oh, yeah.
Like, which I can't think of any enchantment spells off the top of my head. But Jared had a look on his...
Charm person, I mean, there's some, like, if you're dual wielding, that could be really useful with enchantment, too. You're like,
Hold person.
And
Hold person is a...
yeah.
Oh, yes.
I went to the... Yeah. I figured if I went to the order domain, it would show me some. But yeah, that lets you use hold person as a bonus action.
But it doesn't give you... It doesn't give you extra ability to concentrate on a spell, though.
No. But
so you have to use one that is... you can use one that is concentration and one that isn't.
Yeah.
Yep.
At 8th level, you get Divine Strike. Again, we've talked about it. You get the extra D8. This one is psychic damage. And then when you reach 14th level, it's an extra 2d8 whenever you hit with a melee attack. Or actually, it just says weapon strikes. Doesn't even say melee attack.
Yeah, technically, yeah, you can be ranged.
Huh. And then at 17th level, you get Order's Wrath. Enemies you designate for destruction wilt under the combined efforts of you and your allies. If you deal your Divine Strike damage to a creature on your turn, you can curse that creature until the start of your next turn. The next time one of your allies hits the cursed creature with an attack, the target also takes 2d8 psychic damage and the curse ends. You can curse a creature in this way only once per turn. Once per turn is pretty good, though.
Once per turn is really good.
Extra 2d8.
Every round, essentially.
Round.
As long as it works out
Yeah.
time-wise. And then, Jarrett, I think it'll let you take us into peace.
Also from Tasha's Cauldron Tasha's Cauldron of Everything. These are your pacifists?
Air quotes.
Yeah. You don't have to be a pacifist, I guess.
Nobody is pacifist in D&D.
Yeah, that's impossible.
I've seen people try it.
It never stays.
Yeah. Anyway, your domain spells. So at 1st level, you get Heroism and Sanctuary. At 3rd level, you get Aid and Warding Bond. At 5th level, you get Beacon of Hope and Sending. At 7th level, you get Aura of Purity and Odaluk's Resilient Sphere. At 9th level, you get Greater Restoration and Rary's Telepathic Bond.
Yeah, again, I think it's mid-tier. It's not a great...
I would say it's probably below average.
Yeah.
Lots of utility. I don't know if it's useful.
Definitely a support
Yeah.
setup for those spells.
At 1st level, you get Implement of Peace. You gain proficiency in Insight, Performance, or Persuasion. Your choice. Also at 1st level, Emboldening Bond. You can forge an empowering bond among people who are at peace with one another. As an action, you can choose a number of willing creatures within 30 feet of you. This can include yourself, equal to your proficiency bonus. You create a magical bond among them for 10 minutes or until you use this feature again. While any bonded creature is within 30 feet of another, the creature can roll a d4 and add that number rolled to an attack roll, an ability check, or saving throw. Each creature can add a d4 no more than once per turn. You can use the feature a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus, and you regain all uses expended when you finish a long rest.
I mean...
Just add this on the wizard, the divination wizard, halfling.
Mm-hmm.
Just sprinkle that on there.
Well, I mean, this is like an extra bard.
Yeah.
It's basically the way it looks.
Essentially, yeah.
I mean, you get to hand out.
Essentially, like...
Yeah. It just doesn't raise like a bard's would.
Yeah, but it's always on.
Yeah.
If you're within the 30 feet. 2nd level, Balm of Peace. You can use your channel divinity to make your very presence a soothing balm. As an action, you can move up to your speed without provoking opportunity attacks. And when you move within 5 feet of any other creature during this action, you can restore a number of hit points to that creature equal to 2d6 plus your wisdom modifier. A creature can receive this healing only once whenever you take this action. Useful.
It's not. It's
situational.
It's situational and it's useful, but it's not like super exciting.
Yeah.
No.
It's not the best of the channel divinities.
Protective bond. At 6th level, the bond you forge between people helps them protect each other. When a creature affected by your emboldening bond feature is about to take damage, a second bonded creature within 30 feet of the first can use its reaction to teleport to an unoccupied space within 5 feet of the first creature. The second creature then takes all the damage instead.
Neat.
This is like, oh, you have a tank and you want to help him tank more?
Yep.
Boom, boom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You go there.
It's a neat way of doing damage without dealing any damage.
Yeah.
At the 8th level, they get potent spellcasting, so they add their wisdom modifier to any cleric cantrip they cast. At 17th level, they have expansive bond. The benefits of your emboldening bond and protective bond features now work within creatures that are within 60 feet of each other. Moreover, when a creature uses protective bond to take someone else's damage, the creature has resistance to that damage. Super tank.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I feel like of the ones we have actually like talked about, this one's probably the weakest.
If we're talking damage dealing wise, yes. If we're talking like control and supporting,
this is your support cleric.
I honestly thought about playing this because I was building a cleric.
Yeah.
He was like 18. He was like super earnest. He was super friendly, super innocent.
I would love to see him roleplay that.
How the fuck would you do that?
I was playing this I was wanting to play this to really just get on the nerves of another person who was playing.
Gotcha. Now I get it.
Yeah.
Now it makes more sense.
You know who.
There's like 6, but there's 6 that come to mind.
But I wanted to play this really bad, but I decided something else. So,
all right. So that'll take us into Tempest Domain. Ethan.
This is fitting. I am currently playing a Tempest Domain on Roll20 at the moment. So, what?
I pulled a DM. I fudged some rolls there.
Fudged the roll.
It was supposed to be Jarrett.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
I feel cheated now.
You feel cheated.
All right. So, Tempest Domain.
He's playing it. Let him talk about it.
We're talking like, this is mostly going to be about thunder damage and
You've
lightning
played
damage.
it. He's playing it.
That's fair.
Yep. The domain spells you get for Tempest is at first level you get Fog Cloud and Thunder Wave. Third level you get Gust of Wind and Shatter. At 5th level you get Call Lightning and Sleet Storm. 7th level is Control Water and Ice Storm. 9th level is Destructive Wave and Insect Plague. I feel like it's pretty good. It's Call Lightning is super, super good.
It is. It's just
It's one of my favorite spells.
You wish it was lightning bolt, but
No,
that'd be too cool.
it's a one-off. I'd rather have the Call Lightning, to be honest.
Yeah,
but it fits more with the Nova style of Tempest that we're gonna get into. Of like,
Yeah, but I mean, Lightning Bolt is just from your finger, whereas you actually summon a cloud with.
But that also is dependent on if you have the room.
Yeah.
If you're in a
Which
dungeon.
you could rule as a DM that you want them to have Lightning Bolt instead.
Yeah.
So
of Sleet Storm.
instead of Sleet Storm, and you get both.
4K no low dose.
Well, then you could just
both.
use Call Lightning, and every other turn afterwards, you just shoot just all the lightning.
Just lightning.
Yeah, Palpatine. Yeah.
Unlimited.
I'm going to talk to my DM about this. Okay, the bonus proficiencies you get at first level are martial weapons and heavy armor, which is really, really nice. You're just short of a paladin.
Yeah.
Yeah, essentially. At first level, you also get Wrath of the Storm. You can thunderously rebuke attackers when a creature within 5 feet of you that you can see hits you with an attack. You can use your reaction to cause the creature to make a dexterity saving throw. The creature takes 2d8 lightning or thunder damage, your choice, on a failed saving thrower, or half as much damage on a successful one. You can use this feature a number of times equal to your wisdom modifier, and you regain all uses on a long rest. This is like I'm playing a frontline cleric. I'm getting hit, but the DM doesn't want to hit me because
Don't
every
worry.
time.
You hit me, I hit you back.
Yeah, it's gonna hurt every single time you hit me.
Yeah, it's nice too.
If you paired this, what was the barbarian class?
Storm?
No,
Storm Herald?
I was thinking there's one where you basically have to hit the barbarian or you have disadvantage.
Is that Ancestral Guardian?
I think it is.
Yeah.
If you paired that with this, it would be very good.
Yes. There's
Because that's first level.
There's a lot of I think there's a lot of abilities like that where it's like attack me,
Yeah.
or you have disadvantage.
I just remember barbarian specifically.
So the channel divinity you get for Tempest Cleric is Destructive Wrath. You can use your channel divinity to wield the power of the storm with unchecked ferocity. When you control lightning, when you roll lightning or thunder damage, you can use your channel divinity to deal maximum damage instead of rolling. This is really nice for a one-off. This is where the lightning bolt might come in more handy than the, but it's still really good.
Lightning bolt.
It's a really great opener.
I recommend just however you have to do. If you have to, beg or multi-class,
Yeah.
get Booming Blade because it's just always on beg.
Yeah.
Jared's given some insight to how you can get things in his
if
camp.
anybody played a Tempest Cleric, you get this at first level.
I didn't mention about the Wrath of the Storm with the kind of thorns damage. It's really nice that you can choose lightning or thunder, which is more powerful than it sounds because there's things that are immune to one and not the other, and you can just choose.
Or vulnerable.
Or vulnerable, yes. Yeah. At 6th level, you get Thunderous Strike. When you deal lightning damage to a large or smaller creature, you can also push it up to 10 feet away from you.
Which basically means anytime it hits you, you can push it away.
Exactly. Yep. Divine Strike at 8th level, you gain the ability to infuse your weapon strikes with divine energy, and surprise, surprise, it's thunder damage. It's 1d8 thunder damage added to your weapon strike. Stormborn at 17th level, you have a flying speed equal to your current walking speed whenever you are not underground or indoors.
Interesting.
I'm Mary Poppins, y'all.
Yeah. Just the umbrella. Just pop. Yeah.
I thought more like Storm from X-Men.
Nope.
But
Yondu, motherfucker.
I mean, like, this initially just sounds like, oh, I can fly, whatever. But a caster that can fly at will is just...
Yeah. Also, no, restrictions really on it.
There's no time restriction.
No time restriction.
there's no, you have to land.
Yeah, no.
It's just...
No,
because a lot of times...
There's no concentration.
Yeah.
Concentration. No, you can't carry... If you carry so many more pounds, half your flying speed. It's just... If you can roll and carry this shit,
You can
go.
Yep.
It's really, really just a broken capstone, to be honest.
I mean, it is.
Flying usually is.
Well, a lot of times you're flying, you can't hover.
Yeah.
Is the thing. And that's where it's the downside because you basically fly to get somewhere and then land. But this one you can just say, fuck it. I'm 20 feet off the ground constantly.
It's a really solid domain, though. It's just well-rounded, and it does one thing really well. Shocks the shit out of people.
Hits people with lightning.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
And then I'll take us into Trickery Domain, which we're not actually going to talk about. We're just going to mention it. Think of
Jester.
Loki. Think of Jester.
But
But for the people that don't watch Critical Role, Loki from the Marvel Universe, you're doing things to trick people, basically. That's its whole kind of guise.
It can be really useful, but you really have to think about what you're doing at all times.
You have to plan 10 steps ahead, and that's not for me.
It's good. And
I'm a reactionary person.
And if that's what your character fits, it could be really useful. Just make sure that you're considering what you're doing because you can really just make yourself sad that you picked that class.
Yeah. All right, Jarrett, take us into Twilight. Ooh. Since this one was on here because of you.
Yeah.
Again, fudge the DM roll.
Okay.
It was supposed to be Ethan on this one.
Well,
He's a liar. You told me the other day, you're like, I hate people who fudge rolls, and look at you now.
This is different.
How
This is
the
not,
mighty have fallen.
We're not in a fucking game. We're on a podcast.
Excuses.
Fair enough. Also, I knew you wanted to do Tempest, and I knew he wanted to do Twilight. So
Fair enough.
go fuck yourself.
First level for your domain spells.
The roll is for effect.
Bitch. Shut
Fuck
up.
you.
First level for your domain spells, you get Fairy Fire and Sleep. Third level, Moonbeam and See Invisibility. Fifth level, Aura of Vitality, Leomund's Tiny Hut. Seventh level, Aura of Life, Greater Invisibility. Ninth level, Circle of Power and Mislead.
It's got some good spells in there.
One thing, I don't know, this is all up to you. I love Fairy Fire and I love Moonbeam and See Invisibility. They're really just good spells, and Greater Invisibility, obviously. The aura spells are paladin exclusive, so you get these, way earlier level on a cleric, so they're probably way more useful.
Don't balk at Leomund's Tiny Hut. It is
it's always
super nice. How many times have we get
No, it's just also just really useful to have a
safe place?
safe place,
Yeah.
all the time.
We also misused it a lot.
We did.
But
In the beginning,
it was fun.
Yeah, it's nice.
Rule of cool.
Bonus proficiency.
Cast it on a coin and walk around.
Bonus proficiency. You gain proficiency with martial weapons and heavy armor. You're going to be up in the shit with this. This
Up in the shit.
up in the shit. At first level, you also get Eyes of Night. You can see through the deepest gloom. You have dark vision out to a range of 300 feet.
Oh my!
That's a long way. In that radius, you can see in dim light as if it were bright light, and in darkness as if it were dim light.
What are your elf eyes see?
Yeah, everything, motherfucker.
Everything.
As an action, you can magically share the dark vision of this feature with wheeling creatures you can see within 10 feet of you, up to a number of creatures equal to your wisdom modifier. Yeah, you can be like, here are my eyes, bitches.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Everyone gets glowy eyes.
Yeah. Everybody gets glowy eyes. The shared dark vision lasts for an hour. Once you share it, you can't do this again until you finish a long rest, or unless you expend a spell slot of any level to share it again.
Which is
No restriction, just like, oh, here's a first level spell slot. I don't need that shit.
yeah.
Dark vision,
What do your elf eyes see? Well, look for yourself.
you stupid fuck.
What do you see? Fucking look. I don't care. Go fuck yourself.
Also at first level, god damn, does this class get a lot of shit at first level. Vigilant Blessing. The knight has taught you to be vigilant. As an action, you give one creature you can touch, possibly including yourself, advantage on the next initiative roll that creature makes. Fuck you guys, you're never giving these to anyone else except yourself.
Yeah, that's...
This benefit ends immediately after the roll, or if you use this feature again.
Yeah. Why would
I
you
might
ever
give it to a paladin.
Yeah, that's the only
Yeah.
feature I would ever give is to a paladin.
Well, no, an assassin.
Yeah.
That's the other one I might use it for.
Assassin. It would have to be an assassin, though. Any other rogue can go fuck itself.
Yeah, it'd be assassin.
Yeah, that's the only reason.
I don't know, swashbuckler, but it just doesn't get that benefit at the front.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's why you would give it to the assassin.
that's fair. Okay.
Channel Divinity, Twilight Sanctuary. As an action, you present your holy symbol, and a sphere of twilight emanates from you. The sphere is centered on you and has a 30-foot radius and is filled with dim light. The sphere moves with you and lasts for 1 minute or until you're incapacitated or die. Whenever a creature, including you, ends its turn in the sphere, you can grant that creature one of the benefits. You can grant it temporary hit points equal to 1d6 plus your cleric level. You can end one effect causing it to be charmed or frightened.
I mean, yeah, exactly.
For free.
Yeah.
Heal.
Yeah. Basically.
You don't have to use your spell slots for it,
Yeah.
which is the benefit of, because I'm not going to cast.
Oh,
any
yeah, I'm
spells
not.
on people.
Fuck.
No.
Yeah. If you're
Unless
think
you're
we've
down, unless you've got 0 and you're laying on the floor, I'm not healing you. This is perfect.
I feel like we brought that up so much. We're just like, we make terrible clerics.
we are the
the-
three
no.
worst people to be clerics.
Absolutely.
No, cleric absolutely makes the best spellcaster in D&D.
Okay, cleric is in how it's intended to be played as like a healer. We suck at it.
Yes.
No, but cleric really, like,
There's a reason none of us have ever played a live
the
cleric.
power ramping chart for anything.
You took a dip, didn't you?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what you're supposed to do with it.
That's a dip.
But I used it to be an actual healer.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did good.
Steps of the Night at 6th level, you can
You
draw.
do good.
You can draw on the mystical power of the night to rise into the air. As a bonus action, when you are in dim light or darkness, you can magically give yourself a flying speed equal to your walking speed for 1 minute. You can use this bonus action a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus, and you can expend or you regain all expended uses when you finish a long rest.
Oh,
Again.
I can fly.
No restrictions either.
I am of the night.
Well, there is restrictions. You can only use it 3 times, but I mean, it's for a minute, which is for an entire combat, essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you, like, it's what, long rest? I mean, generally speaking, like, you're supposed to have more than 3 combats per day.
But how long? But how many times have you got to fly for more than 6 minutes at 12th level?
Right.
Yeah, not very many. Divine Strike, you get the ability to fuse waves with approach strikes.
It's radiant damage.
Yeah. On each of your turn, it's radiant 1d8.
Surprise.
I feel like we've said it enough at this point. It's just radiant damage.
Moon
That's what you
damage
get.
is radiant damage.
Moon.
It is 1d8 or 2d8 moon damage.
Moon.
I got a feeling this is Moon Knight.
It's cooler than Moon Knight.
It's way cooler.
It's really cool.
Go fuck yourself. I love Moon Knight.
At 17th level, Twilight Shroud. The Twilight you summon offers a protective embrace. You and your allies have half cover while in the sphere of you that you create with Twilight Sanctuary. As if that ability was not broken enough, it also grants +2 to your AC.
Yeah.
It's wonderful. It's
Also,
just a solid class.
It's just...
This one and Tempest are neck and neck for me.
This is the only class that I could conceivably be like, I can see why you would ban this.
Yeah. It's the flying at level 6.
Well, I'm usually
for me.
against banning everything. I'd rather raise the power floor than the power ceiling.
yeah.
Yeah.
But this, I'm like, you know what? If you had a problem player, I could see like,
Well, for flying, all you have to do is
If you had
lower
a
the
problem
ceiling.
player, I think you mean Ethan.
no.
I'm not a problem. Well, maybe. But
All right. And then War Domain, I'll take us in and we'll finish up.
War, what is it good for?
Exactly. I mean, that's what they do. They fight.
absolutely nothing.
Say it again.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not going to say it again.
So, your War Domain spells at first level, you get Divine Favor and Shield of Faith. At third level, Magic Weapon, Spiritual Weapon. At fifth level, Crusader's Mantle and Spirit Guardians. At seventh level, Freedom of Movement and Stone Skin. And at ninth level, you get Flame Strike and Hold Monster.
Fight me. This is a good spell list.
It's a good spell list. It is
I would
good.
like to mention that the only reason this is even on here is because of the spell list, and Jarrett threw a fit and said we have to have it.
Crusader's Mantle on a Cleric.
It's also
it's
the
good.
only subclass that gets 2 different channel divinities.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Which really could also be combined into one if they just,
Phrased it differently.
if they worded it differently.
Yeah.
So guess
well,
what?
it's one of the first ones that came out. So
Guess what? For your bonus proficiencies, like half the other cleric classes or domains, you get martial weapons and heavy armor.
there's only 3 of them that get it.
I swear, I felt like we
I think we
said.
skipped some.
No. Well,
I feel like we.
no. There's
Life.
3 of them that get it. Life doesn't get
They get
martial weapons.
Yeah, that's true. Are you saying specifically both of these?
Both of
Maybe
these,
it's because I've seen
3 of
heavy
them.
armor so much. That
Heavy
I just,
armor is like
I just equate
half
the
of
martial
them.
weapons.
Yeah.
Also at first level, War Priest. Your god delivers bolts of inspiration to you while you're engaged in battle. When you use the attack action, you can make one weapon attack as a bonus action. You can use this feature a number of times equal to your wisdom modifier, and you regain it all after a long rest. It just gives you an extra attack.
It's first level extra attack
Yeah.
though.
Yeah,
I wish it
which is
actually
good.
gave you extra attack.
Yeah, it would be
Because
really
this
nice.
conflicts with spiritual weapon. And,
Well, I mean,
getting
but I
a
don't
bunch
want
of shit.
people again. I don't want people taking dips into this just for that.
well, just be
That's
like at
true.
like 6th
Just
level, you get extra attack like, Swords Bard or
Yeah,
Blade Singer does.
yeah.
Starting at second level, your channel divinity, you get Guided Strike and War God's Blessing. So for Guided Strike, you can use your channel divinity to strike with supernatural accuracy. When you make an attack roll, you can use your channel divinity to gain a +10 bonus to the roll. You make this choice after you see the roll, but before the DM says whether the attack hits or misses. That's good. Anytime you just
Meh.
add, it's good
it's
though.
good.
It's good for one hit.
One hit.
Yes.
Then it's done, and you can't use it at low levels. You can't use it again until you take a nap.
Guided Strike
Yeah.
is worse than War God's Blessing
Yes.
because, of the
So-
number of potential number of creatures it can affect.
I
Yes.
said that wrong. I said that at second level you get both of these. It's actually at sixth level that you get the War God's Blessing channel divinity.
It does get better.
When a creature within 30 feet of you makes an attack roll, you can use a reaction to grant that creature a +10 bonus to the roll using your channel divinity. You make this choice after you see the roll, but before the DM says whether it missed or not.
Paladin,
So
you now hit.
yeah,
I have a problem with this.
Why?
I think it would be better just to give like a +3 to everybody for until your next turn.
yeah.
A +5 to everybody until the end of your next turn.
I think it would have to be +5 if it was going to be until the end of your next turn. Because I mean, you get so few channel divinities.
That's why this one is not good to me. It's only +10 to one attack roll,
But that could be the attack roll.
which the DM could still, in some instances, be like, no,
That's
you don't hit.
bitch of a
Yeah.
DM, though.
Well, shield. How many times have you done that to us? I mean, come on.
True.
I do it to you.
I mean, most of the time he just teleports away. But
Yeah.
bitch.
That enchanter, I mean, come on. It's going to forever live in my memory as like the worst person.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wait, motherfucker. He's going to come back one day.
He did.
So again, 8th level, Divine Strike. You get
So you think.
you get to add an extra 1d8 damage of the same type dealt by the weapon. So whatever, if you're using something with bludgeoning, you get an extra 1d8. If it's slashing, 1d8, piercing, and so on. At 17th level, you get Avatar of Battle. You gain resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage from non-magical attacks. That seems fucking useless at 17th level.
Not necessarily. Not very many things have magical attacks. Look at Tarrasques.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yep. So, I mean, it's really there's nothing wrong with war. It's very simple. And it's easy to use if you're wanting to play a cleric that's going to be up in people's faces smashing.
It's the one I'd recommend if somebody's like, I would like to play cleric, but I don't like
Know
lots
what I
of
want to do.
complicated things.
Right. It's the least complicated. So it's really good for that. Otherwise, if you want to play that, if you want something, if you're not, don't mind something a little more complicated, pick Twilight, pick Tempest, because those are going to be a lot more fun.
Gotcha. All right. Now we get to go into the question, which here lately it's been from Dungeon and Armory. It's what class or what character would you take? This one's obviously going to be a cleric. So your options are Samuel Tarly from Game of Thrones. You get Yuna from Final Fantasy. I have no idea who that is. I had to actually look up, like it just said Yuna, and I had to look up who it was and what they're from. They're from Final Fantasy. Or you get Jester, or you get Pike. Both of those are from Critical Role.
Give me the pickle all the way.
I mean, can we replace Samwell because he doesn't actually cast any spells?
And he is a
Or
maester.
He's a healer.
He's a maester.
Oh my
Oh,
god!
sorry, spoilers.
Well, it's not him.
He's a life cleric.
No, he's not.
Yeah, he is.
No, he's not.
Yeah, he peeled off that shit.
What are the last two options? I missed them because I was hating on Samwell Tarly being a cleric. I don't understand that.
Jester and Pike from Critical Role.
Pike every time.
It's the pickle.
100%. And so that wraps up the cleric episode. Like I said, if you guys want us to break down the arcana, knowledge, death, life, all the shit that we didn't break down, you can get at us on Discord. We also have a Facebook page. You can find links to both of those on anchor.fm/chaotically nerdy. It wasn't too long. It was about an hour and 10. Not too bad. Since you're eyeballing it.
This is the meatiest one we'll do.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, it is because we
just-
actually had to
it's
cut
a lot.
stuff
Yeah.
to make it fit.
Yeah, we did have to cut it to make it fit. So thank you guys for listening. We hope to see you on the next one. Well, actually, technically, I think the next one will be Druid that comes out. But then the next one after that is Fighter. And it'll be fun to talk about.
I love Fighter.
I know. That's what we're going to talk about it.
Smash.
All right. Thank you guys for listening.